What's poppin', coders? Since back with another video, and I'm here to teach you how to build your first console application using C Sharp. Well, the base app we're gonna be using is Microsoft Visual Studio 2022. Oh, I might have opened two applications there. Alright, I'm gonna close the other one. Cool. Well, here's what we got. We're gonna create a new project. Click on a new project. First thing we're gonna look at, we wanna create a console application. So we're gonna search on the search bar here, console. It should bring up all the console apps that I have installed in my Microsoft Visual Studio. The one we're gonna pick though is console app.net framework. We're gonna use .NET. I don't know why they use .NET, but I was taught to use it and I'm teaching you to use it too, so don't fold. Next, I'm gonna give it a name. I'm just gonna stick with just name. I'm gonna name my project name. Yeah, I know it's weird. Next, we're gonna look at where's the location of it. Where did I locate it on my YouTube? You can change the location here. It's for browse. As you can see, documents. I saved it here. You can save it to your desktop too. Ain't no biggie, but yeah, I might just save it to the desktop so it's easy to access. Select folder. Cool. We're gonna check the framework here. This .NET framework 4.8. This is the latest one. We're gonna use it. Now then, create. Once you click on create, it should take a while to scaffold. And then we got a first console application, which is nice, right? Like it looks good. You just take a while to get used to it. Like just look at everything like what you see here. So, piece of advice: when you're doing this for the first time, it's best you don't pay attention to a lot of these guys. Try not to change any of them. Just make sure that every code you're gonna write is between these two curly braces. These two here. Make sure it's in here. Every single code you're gonna write, make sure it's here. Alright, let's get started. How you gonna start this? Basically gonna say console dots write line. It takes a bit of time to command. It's been a while since I did this, so yeah. What we're gonna do, just write our names out. Do me so. Lazy. That's my name. So if we're gonna click this, let's see what's gonna happen. Okay, it's loading, it's loading. Just kindly wait for it. Build is a success. Okay, now the console just popped up. It's loading, it's loading. And it's gone. The code ran. So here's the thing. We wrote our code here. The console did pop out, but we did not get to see our message. And the reason we did not get to see our message was because we did not tell the computer to stop the code from running, as in to let us view the message. And how we can tell the computer to do that is pretty simple. We just say console dots read line. And when you hit run, here's what's gonna happen. voila, you have your name here, or whatever you typed out there. So you see, it's not so difficult. To end this thing, you press any key on your keyboard. So you can do the same like this. Oh, and if you're wondering how I did all that, I just did Control D. It basically copies whatever line of code you have. So it's in the subtitles. You see how many times it's written in here. It's written 4 times as there are 4 lines of code here. So you see, and this thing, code reads code. No, not code. The computer will read the code from up all the way to down and left all the way to the right, right? So that means whatever characters we put here, they will be displayed by our code. Meaning that if we were to run it like this, we would get a result which is quite similar to this. As you can see, there is a space here as I left a space there. So you see, this is how you could run your first application on console. It's not really an application, you could say. It's just a demonstration of how you can use console.writeLine. There is another feature you can use which is called console.write. Console.write. The difference between console.write and console.writeLine is that on console.write, the block of code that is, you know what? I think it's better if you see the difference for yourself on this type of thing. So you see, with console.writeLine, it writes whatever text you put in here. It writes it there and then it skips to the next line. Whereas with console.write, whatever text you put here, it does not skip to the next line, it writes it on the same line. Meaning that if you were to do this is a hard reload. And you were to restart the program again, you will get something like this. So you see, this is just how you can mess around with code. Another way